What's going on, guys? Welcome to Dime Dropper, episode 76, live from Los Angeles. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe on all platforms at YouTube at Dime Dropper Podcast, Apple Podcasts, follow us on Spotify, and of course, subscribe or follow us on all social media platforms at Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Dime Dropper Pod. So for tonight's episode, going to keep it short. I did not get to watch more than the Clipper game. I saw the end of the Celtics. Big time shot by Jason Tatum at the end. Almost blew it in typical Celtic fashion of this season, but a great shot by Tatum. He got lucky with the contested three. And when I say luck, I don't mean it was a lucky shot, but more often than not, he's missed that shot late in the game. So great shot, great win for the Celtics who keep on rolling. And as Jason Tatum says, they say they favor their chances against anybody, in my opinion, besides the Nets, anybody they can beat or they have a chance to. It's just a matter of the form they go into. The form they're in going into the playoffs. But the main event tonight, of course, the Clippers and the Pacers in Indiana, another homecoming game for Paul George. And he was on it from the beginning, just like he was last season when we played them there. And again, last season when we played them there, Kawhi wasn't playing again, so he was out with soreness again tonight. But thankfully, this year is not like last year where we lose to teams like Chicago and New Orleans without Kawhi. We did beat Indiana last year without Kawhi, but I think it was like Paul George would occasionally have those games where he popped off last year, whereas this year, he has just had a much better season overall. He's playing a different way. For example, tonight, he mixed it up so much. His offensive attack was so diverse. He was starting off by hitting open threes, coming off the ball and hitting threes, getting into the mid-range area, hitting turnarounds, both shoulders, man, beautiful. And then getting to the rim, and then working quick off the catch when he got the ball, moving without it, attacking the basket. He even had a nice little two-hand dunk, and then making plays on the drive, kicking it out to guys like Senior, like Kennard, who also was great tonight. Kennard and Senior. I thought that was the advantage that we had in the beginning of the game. They started with Sumner, Justin Holiday, and Karis LeVert and Brogdon with Sabonis at the 5. So they really had no 4 to guard Senior. They put Brogdon at Senior because he's strong, but Senior was cooking him in the post. He was having his way with him, and I think that we went away from him a little too long in the first quarter. I thought that our defense was a little lazy in the beginning, except for playing the passing lanes and having great anticipation. We had multiple steals and interceptions tonight. Great reading of the opponent. Paul George straight over the top, read Sabonis' pass beautifully, grabbed it over his head. And then we had Kennard, coming over and cheating off his man to rotate to the pass and intercept a pass that was going to the left corner. And just various plays, Batum, everyone was – Terrence Mann rotating underneath, getting steals. We were very active in the passing lanes, but I thought we were getting beat off the dribble too easily, especially by Malcolm Brogdon. Malcolm Brogdon was getting whatever he wanted on whoever he wanted for the most part. He finished with 29 points on 12 of 18 from the field. I thought that Sabonis was good, but I think that he's not aggressive. He wasn't aggressive enough tonight getting in the post. And he was spent too much time hanging out on the perimeter. He had 20 points and 13 boards, 9 of 17. But I thought that he should have been a bit more aggressive, like too much just running pick and roll and letting I don't know. Sometimes they just let these 3-point shooters get involved, and it's just like, I don't know. Justin Holiday missed some open shots. I know he usually makes more of those, but we were pretty comfortable with them. Justin Holiday, 3 of 9, 8 points. But, it was a close game. We were only up by 2 at the half, only up by 3 going into the fourth. I thought we were actually falling behind by a bit because we just kept getting beat off the dribble by Brogdon. And TJ McConnell, that guy is a fighter. I really like his game. He's a dog. He's everywhere. He gets those cheesy little, steals, full court pressing, catching guys by surprise. He got one on Reggie Jackson tonight, who wasn't that great in my opinion. This was his worst game in a while, 1 of 7. And his turnover came on that. And his defense was a little, He was getting beaten easily and not offering as much resistance as I've seen him getting over screens. But he was plus 13, which weirdly was the best of any starter. He also played 20 minutes. Zoo played 26 minutes. I thought Zoo did a good job of finishing underneath the rim, 14.7 boards on 7 of 8. But I thought that our second unit was really the one that got us back into the game and got us some control again. And that is because of, obviously, Playoff, who continues his undefeated spell with the Clippers. Further for Twitter, as I said, is very stupid. I hope they realize that, getting winning players and champions helps your team win, and not to doubt a Hall of Fame caliber player like playoff. Nick Batum has I don't know what happened. He started playing mini hoop with his 5-year-old son, and now he's Tayshaun Prince. The amount of blocks this man had, whether it was one-on-one contest and blocks or rotating, he looked like LeBron out there on some of these. Getting like weak side rotation, just swatting it, just throwing it back at him, throwing it fucking back. 6 of 12 in the field for Nick, moving without the ball as he always does, and quick decisions. That's what I love about our team now with Ty Lue. Ty Lue's offense is beautiful to watch. We get 20-plus assists all the time now. We move the ball, and that starts from moving without the ball, because when you're moving without the ball, that means the defense has to chase you. And when you get the ball, sometimes you can work when defenders are moving as opposed to stand still ready for you. And that's why I was a Paul George, and that gives him so many opportunities to get to the rim, as well as guys like Terrence and Nick Batum is always moving, and Rondo had some fantastic passes. Immediately he came in, found Paul George coming off a pin down or coming off a curl, and he popped up and hit the three. And then there was another time where he had this bounce pass in the second half that was dime dropper alert. Bing, 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 bing. Dimer. One-handed bounce pass on the move. You cannot pass that too far ahead for the outstretched hand. You want to get it to him right in stride. A second late, a second behind, that's an interception. That's a fumble. Right in stride to Batum. Batum makes the cut. Great hands. Goes up with the dunk. And in the second half, I just thought it was the Paul George show. For real. He was dominant. Again, getting to the rim so smooth, like a dancer, ballerina, 1-2, reverse, mid-range, 3-ball, lobbing it up to Terrence, who, again, just that kid plays so hard. 5 of 9, 12 points, 4 boards, 3 assists, 2 steals, plus 10. Terrence, man. And then playoff. He didn't even make one shot, but he was able to get to the line. He was able to control pace. He was plus 14. He had 4 points, 5 boards, and 5 assists. Such a joy, such a positive to have out there, as we haven't lost with playoff. And then, of course, Batum. 14 points, 5 boards, 6 of 12. I thought Patterson was pretty good tonight. He got some offensive rebounds and putbacks. Still he had some painful minutes as well. But 6 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. He did his job, made some solid reads in 4-on-3 situations. And Kennard, 10 points, 4 of 8, 2 of 3. Senior, I thought we could have gone to him more in that stretch where Brogdon was killing us. We should have just kept going to him because he couldn't be guarded. 22 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 9 of 12 from the field for Senior, 3 of 3 from 3. A couple of those contested. But again, Marcus Morris Sr. off the catch is one of the best players maybe in the league. I mean, in the last 10 games, 51% from the field, 51% from 3. He's averaging 15 points in his last 10. But this season, 13 points, 46% from the field, 47 from 3, and 84% from the line. He's just been awesome. Such a great addition for the Clips since we've gotten him, except for Game 7, which he choked just like the rest of them. But Paul George was the man of the match, player of the game, whatever you want. 36 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, 13 of 25 from the field. Go watch Paul George's highlights tonight because they were beautiful, man. A whole one-on-one clinic, 4 of 7 from 3, sticking it to his old team. Another win. I think that's 5 in a row for us. We are playing, I think, the best basketball. 6 in a row, actually. I think we're playing the best basketball of any team in the league right now. Let's see if we have the highest winning streak right now. We do. We have the highest winning streak in the league right now. We're playing the best basketball. We really are. It's just a matter of getting Kawhi back, getting Serge back, and just keep working with this unit. Forget about Beverly. I think it's time to just look at him as a impact guy. I want to start playing Boogie more, though, honestly. I'm really tired of Patterson. Let's start playing Boogie. Get him into these things. He's so much better. But anyway, very happy with the win tonight. I said I was going to keep it short. Let's go to the live subscribers. Great win for the Clips. We move on to, I believe, 38 and 18, if I'm not mistaken. Let me get those just to double check. 38 and 18, correct. We are just 2 games behind the Phoenix Suns, but 3 in the loss column, 1 in the win column. Hopefully they start dropping. I also want to say very quickly, a very, very heartbreaking for Denver Nuggets fans and basketball fans. Jamal Murray, one of the best young point guards in the league, top 10 point guard in this league, played like a top 5 point guard in the league in the bubble. Tore his ACL. Very saddening because this effectively ruins the Nuggets' chances of winning the championship. It sucks because Jamal Murray's a great player. I don't have any doubt that he's going to come back any worse. He's going to be fine. He's going to be better. He's going to keep getting better. It's just unfortunate, though, to see injuries that severe because we haven't had any huge injuries to the big contenders just yet. And I think that sucks. And I think that although, again, I'm going to repeat what I said yesterday. Do I feel bad for the Nuggets fans and for the storyline of the league? No, because I'm a Clipper fan. We've had terrible injuries in the past. And, I don't feel bad for anyone. Just makes it even more imperative that the road has been clearer now. Even more clear. And in my opinion, even more clear for the Lakers. Because now, even if you're a Laker fan, you thought, okay, we were not going to have any problems with Denver, you would have been fooling yourselves thinking that if you had played a healthy Denver team playing the way they were playing, that they didn't have a chance against you. And I think that now it really puts the Lakers in a position that you can bring AD and LeBron back in the last week and they can beat this Nuggets team now. And I think that it makes me realize, like, if you're the Clippers, if we're us, we're going to have to get to the Lakers, man, if we're going to want to get out of this West. I just hope it's in the conference finals where we can rejoice first that we made the conference finals and celebrate just because it's the history. Not the players celebrating. They got a job to do, but the fans, because we've been here longer than any of these players. And then we'll see. But we got to get there. That's all that's important. We're not worried about no flakers. Obviously, guys, don't take that literally, you soft Laker fans. I'm kidding. But we got to get to where we got to get. And by doing that, we just got to take it one game at a time and play random basketball. Thanks to Coach Tyronn Lue, a savior from God. Thanks for joining me tonight. Jamal Murray, get well soon, buddy. Clippers, no Nuggets to worry about really anymore. Let's get the Portland Trailblazers, the Mavericks, kick their fucking ass. Let's get up to the 2 seed maybe. Hell, let's go one game at a time. Maybe get to the 1 seed. You never know what could happen to the scum in Utah. Anyway, that's it for me tonight, guys. Live subscribers, live chats. I see you until a while, you little salty motherfucker. Thanks for the money, though, and peace. What's up, y'all? I'm not staying on too much tonight. Clippers win, so you guys aren't in the chat. Only 30 of you guys. Done. How would you feel about Clips Lakers in the first round? Claudio Ferri, I was actually thinking of this today. Maybe it would be a blessing in disguise. Because to play them, as you said, when they're not as in rhythm. If you're playing the Lakers in the conference finals, that means they've gotten rhythm to win the first 2 rounds, which would be very dangerous. And if you play in the first round and we're in better form than them because of continuity and health, it's like if we beat the Lakers first round, then, and plus there's no second round cloud hanging over our head. We beat the Lakers first round. We should, there's no reason we shouldn't win the championship or get to the championship at that point and get it and done early. And then obviously what would suck is if we lose in the first round, which is like, you can't say you regressed because you're playing against the champs, but it would obviously be like watching other teams that are just worse than us keep playing would suck. But here's my thing. We've been in a position like that before, Claudio, with a different team, but we've been in a position like that. It's called 2015. And we had that high of beating them, and then we took our guard off next round. So you know what? No, I'd rather play them in the conference finals, but there's no chance of any letdown at any round, honestly. Just beat them up when we get there. But there's your answer. I think you should leave on Netflix. Flippers, bro. You guys think you're so creative with the flippers. The flakers? You talking about the flakers? This will intel. What's wrong with the Raptors? I think that they've had a lot of injuries. I think Siakam's lost his confidence. I think they've lost their bigs. And I think that they've had a lot of injuries to Van Vliet and Lowry. And I think they've not been in Toronto. And I think that they're starting to tank. Yeah, Nick Batum, you've been playing fantastic, man. Kobe's forever. Would you say Jerry West is a point guard or shooting guard? He's a point guard. I mean, here's the thing. It was guard was more like universal. Combo guards were universal. But he was a point guard first and foremost. If you go back and watch any of the games in my Evolution of Basketball folder, they're there. Jerry West is bringing up the ball all the time. He only played point guard. You can go to Basketball Reference. He only played point guard, shooting guard 2 times when Archie was on the team. Archie Clark, 68 season, 67 season. Jerry West was the point guard, the starting point guard. He ran the team. He was a starting point guard for the West. I think he is a top 5 point guard to ever play the game, not a 2 guard. Because he was more, I mean, he could play off the ball, but he was a very on-ball, dribble, pull-up, create his own shot kind of guy. So I think he's a point. Oh, that's another thing. LeBron's first-round undefeated record. That's another intimidating factor. Even though I did say LeBron has never intimidated me ever as a Clipper fan. We've never played him in the playoffs, though, and he has that record to live up to. AD, though, scares me, for sure. Get out of here, OG Axe, man. Smokes that loud pack and talks ball. To be honest, I would cross you up first team all-star. I don't know about all that, bro. Man, PG is silencing me right now. That's for sure. I mean, I can't be silenced, but he's making me look dumb for sure. Actually, no, he's not, because I never said he was going to fail in the regular season, and I never said we weren't going to make it out of the second round. I said we wouldn't win a championship with Paul George, and I hope he proves me wrong. He really could, the way we're playing, because of Ty Lue and his offense. It's diversified things, giving him confidence, put the ball in his hands. He's put the ball in his hands, which I thought was going to be the worst thing, but he mixes it up. He runs Paul George off ball and on ball. He's giving Kawhi and PG like, yo, you guys can be the point guards. Forget the labels. You guys can be the point. So, yeah. Guys, any last questions? I think I'm going to get off early tonight. I think that I've been staying on a little too long, so I'm going to get off early tonight. But what you get? The rant vid up? I'll update you in a bit on that. I need to find out what's going on with the PR situation. Yo, Andrew M., you're a Raptors fan. Tell us what's good. Give us more. Claudia, I'm gonna wait to answer your question on the next stream. Public relations maniac lane. Gary Payton's better than Chris Paul. That's a good debate for sure. I think that Chris is gonna have a better all-time career because longevity, but he also didn't have the same resources that Gary Payton had to survive as long. And Gary Payton played longer. Played more minutes and more seasons and more 82 game seasons. And in this peak, I don't know. I gotta watch. But he got to the finals. Chris Paul didn't get to Chris Paul never got to the finals. And Gary Payton was probably the best player. I can't really talk about it, OG Axe, man. No, it's not Fox Sports or ESPN, any of those. It's we're trying to get somebody on to come on the show, and they. All right, peace out, guys.